this is Michael Buffer, and let's get ready for Knockout TV.
Welcome to Knockout TV. I am your host, Tim Pileski. Tonight, we are going to go back in time to a classic episode of Knockout TV. So you sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hi, Tim Pileski with Riddick Big Daddy Bowe, former world champ, two-time former heavyweight champ of the world. Currently 43-1. Amazing record, Riddick.
I think it's a beautiful record.
Now let me ask you something. 43-1.
And that one is very questionable.
Very questionable. But let me see, do you ponder on that one loss? Do you think about that one loss more than the 43 wins?
I don't think so. I mean, there's a lot of guys who have 15 losses and things like that. So I think I'm real fortunate to have one.
Yeah, you did, and that's with Evander Holyfield.
Absolutely.
And you ended up beating him twice.
Right.
And a lot went on in those fights.
And I guess with me being a fighter, I feel like I was the best. I think I should be, undefeated at this point. But, such as like, what are you going to do?
No, exactly. And sometimes you have to lose. And sometimes that makes us better.
Sometimes you lose to win. Right?
That's right. That's right. And like you said, it was a very close fight. Now, the first thing, besides having an unbelievable career, you've been involved in some strange events in the ring.
I would have to say.
Okay. All right. First one, we're going to say Fanman. Okay. You were winning that fight?
I feel like I was.
I think you were winning that fight.
I feel like at the time it came into the ring, it was close. And I think I kind of feel like it was a conspiracy. However, it gave Holyfield 15, 20 minutes to rejuvenate himself and to, get himself back together.
So Fanman was a Holyfield fan?
Not that he was a fan, but I just think that the people who were, involved in the fight, they called him into the ring when they realized he was fading or I had upper hand.
Now, if people don't remember, you're fighting outside Caesar's Palace.
Right.
Okay, 7th round, and this guy in a parachute comes down and lands somewhat outside the ring.
Right.
Controversy or not, Harold, you and I couldn't disagree more. I have Evander Holyfield ahead 4 rounds to 1 and 1 even.
I see it like that myself, but then I never could have been a good judge. But Riddick Bowe has tasted all of the power Evander Holyfield has now. He's not scared. He realizes that his corner cannot help him. Look, you're a big boy. You got to fight your way out of this, and he's willing to do it.
Bowe going back to sticking the jab, and when he does, he backs Evander up. It was that way last year. It's that way again. Right hand for Holyfield. Stuns Bowe, and Bowe comes back fighting this time and lands a right hand on Holyfield's chin.
Holyfield isn't being smart. He hits a good right hand. He hits him with a good right hand, and he stands there and waits to see what he's going to do. You got to hit and move out of the way if you want to win that kind of style, with that style.
Bowe taking command right now with the jab.
Someone is saying...
And somebody in a parachute has just landed on the edge of the ring, has been pulled away by security guards. The fight has been brought to a halt. There's a massive melee at ringside as this fellow with a motorized parachute has landed right on top of spectators and officials at ringside. He's in the midst of a mass of security guards now. Rock Newman, Riddick Bowe's manager, was right there. This is a monumental disaster. Right now, police are filing by me at ringside and grabbing this gentleman who has created a monstrosity of an interruption in the bout. His parachute has caught itself up on a row of ring lights. Now we're going to take a look at an earlier shot of the parachutist before he came down. There he was on the left of the ring. And let's see what happened as he approached ringside. There it is. He hung himself up right on the lights, as you see there, and his body landed on the ring apron right on top of a variety of people.
Well, this is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen at a prize fight. And I've seen a few
The thing so dangerous about this, it wasn't only a parachute. He's got some motorized
Exactly.
band on there.
It's a heavy,
cut up a lot of people.
it's a heavy capsule under that parachute with a motorized attachment. There could have been a propeller there for all we know, George. And if nobody has been hurt, it will be a near miracle.
I've seen blood on one hand out there.
Brock Newman, Bowe's manager, went nuts. It could be the best thing to happen to Riddick Bowe if there's a 10 or 20 minute delay, as now seems
You're
possible.
right. It may be an angel out of the sky.
You see Bowe covering up to stay warm.
For Riddick Bowe.
Well, they're going to work on his cuts right now.
Just when you think you've seen everything, you know you haven't, and there'll be more crazy stuff to follow.
And it was already a bizarre night as the result of the fighting that went past the bell for about 10 seconds at the end of round 4. Here's what was happening in the ring at the time that the parachutist landed. You'll see, there he is, entering at the left side. And you see people backing away and trying to avoid the capsule and the motorized contraption attached to it. Here's a look at him much, much earlier this evening from our blimp coverage. As this took place, we're told that our blimp cameraman tried to alert us to the possibility that this was going to happen. That's why he was zooming in and out, as you can see here. And there it is. He targeted the ring and came right down. Well, this guy is going to wind up in the Slammer in Vegas tonight, and with doggone good reason.
What charges, I wonder?
What charges?
Yeah.
Doing an outrageous thing to get some publicity for himself.
Oh, okay.
Lighting company turning off lights now to try to prevent the possibility of fire. If Evander Holyfield is thinking about this at all, he has to rue the fact that it happened at a time when he was in such good position in the fight, or so it seemed. And here's another look, guys. We're going to see it one more time. This was incredibly dangerous. I've got to say that it's put a jolt through us because he landed about 7 or 8 feet away from us on the ring apron. And this is how he descended toward the small disaster which has now taken place at ringside in round 7 of a heavyweight championship fight. You can see how our cameraman zoomed in and out, attempting to warn our production people in the truck of the possibility this would happen.
Right. But like I said, I felt like it was a conspiracy. When have you ever seen everybody with walkie-talkies? You know,
That's a good point. That's a good point.
And listen, at that time, Holyfield has a roll, a blanket. Why would you have a blanket at a ringside? So I'm thinking that they knew eventually the guy was coming and it would be a long period of time we're gonna be in the cold. Why would you have a blanket? Why he had these things and not did?
That's true. That's true. Things to think about. Okay, now you told me off screen that you got a book coming out.
Right.
Okay. Now, is this the Riddick Bowe story?
It's a Riddick
pretty
Bowe
much.
story. Actually, it's called the book will be called Big Daddy Fell, the Riddick Bowe story.
Okay. From your childhood to now, pretty much.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Okay. You've had a great amateur career, silver medalist.
In the Olympics.
Okay,
yes,
that's.
I lost Land Close in '88, but that was another thing. I felt like it. I thought it shouldn't have went that way, but it did.
Okay. Things happen, but then you turn pro. Had a great career. Okay. Now, rumor has it that you want to fight again.
Absolutely.
Okay. What's the plans now for Riddick Bowe?
Well, I guess you guys can see I'm kind of chunky. But I had to go someplace, get myself in great shape, get the weight off, and, then start fighting my way back.
Okay, now, you're taking a look at the heavyweight division. It's nothing like you fought.
Right, that's why.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
My biggest goal is Klitschko.
Right. Well, the brothers are both the big champs, the known guys.
But I still feel like once I get my swagger back, I want both of them cats on the same night. I think, a lot of people fighting them wrong and they're somewhat intimidated by these guys, but I guess with me being an old KG vet, I don't care about the nonsense. I'm not fighting his record, I'm fighting Klitschko, so I know that if we were to fight, either one of the brothers, I truly believe that at some point in time, I'm going to knock them out.
Now, you with the Olympic background, Okay, with the amateur background, you're familiar to those sort of Russian robotic type fighters. Made for you.
No question, and I think they know it. So I think for the most part they would try to avoid me. You know, but I'm gonna do my best to try to persuade them to give me a fight. They call me Grandpa. Grandpa gonna tap one of them asses.
Big Daddy is now Big Grandpa.
You know, to them cats over there in Germany. But the thing is, they're picking the right guys to fight and beat or what have you. But they're not fighting KG veterans like myself. And you take it like Evander Holyfield, I truly believe that if he fought them boys hard enough, he can still beat them.
Right. These are guys with a lot of experience, know how to handle those guys.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with Riddick Big Daddy Bowe.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Why do we have to take a break? I thought you were supposed to get your breaks in Hollywood.
Hollywood hasn't called me yet,
Exactly.
but they've called you. You're watching KnockOut TV. Welcome back. You're watching KnockOut TV. Tim Pileski, Riddick Bowe. Now, 4-time New York Golden Glove champion.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Grew up in Brooklyn.
Yes, sir.
Must have been a dream coming out as a kid and then fighting in Madison Square Garden.
I think every kid who goes into a gym and they watch Jake LaMotta, Shingley Robinson, or what have you, their dream is to fight there at the Garden because, as you know, the Garden is the Mecca of boxing.
Absolutely. It's the place. It's the best place in the world.
Absolutely.
And you were on center stage and won a championship 4 times. That's great. Now, you're going back to New York to see your fans.
Not just my fans, the best fans in the whole world.
You like those New York people?
I would say so.
Okay,
You gotta come out and see me, don't forget. So, what I mean is that, you know, I'm not in training camp as of yet.
Okay, so
Once
it's
I get
okay
in
to cheat.
training camp, it's a wrap.
Okay. Is that where you want to go? You want to fight for the title, obviously, again.
Absolutely, you know. I don't think that, you know, people who have seen the best of Riddick Bowe yet. I believe, you know, my goal is to Klitschko, either one.
Right.
I want not one of them chumps out, so I'm looking forward to fighting on these guys. Actually, they call me Grandpa. Can you believe these guys call me Grandpa? As pretty as I am, so I feel like, you know, I can, you know, stop all that noise and, you know, make it do what it do.
They take you lightly? Probably. You know, I don't want to say past your prime, whatever you want to say.
I think calling me Grandpa, he's taking me lightly.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's an insult right there, calling you Grandpa.
Absolutely. And now I'm going to have to make them pay for it.
Now, Alex is MVP, East 89th Street. You're going to be appearing between 11 and 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shaking hands, kissing babies, kissing girls.
And just, no, not the girls, the babies. We're going to be having fun, though.
We're going to have fun. Be there. See Riddick Bowe, Big Daddy. Legend right here. 45-1. 43-1, was it?
Something like that.
Okay, well, a lot of wins and 1 loss.
Absolutely. Oh, well, you know what we can do? Let's go back to the videotape.
Oh, the videotape. It's too impressive.
Oh.
I don't want the Klitschkos to see this videotape.
Yeah, me. Well,
Yeah.
I wish they would look at it because they would realize what they're dealing with.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Oh, yeah.
Riddick Bowe, thanks for coming on KnockOut
Well,
TV.
thanks for having me,
Absolute
Big Daddy.
pleasure meeting you finally.
Likewise.
And it was a pleasure watching you fight, and I'm looking forward to seeing a nice belt
Oh,
around
we're
your
going to
waist.
make that happen, baby.
I'm looking
We'll
forward
make
to
that
it.
happen. God bless you.
Absolutely.
Be good.
Riddick Bowe, Tim Pileski, KnockOut TV.